As a photographer, you have to be aware of MTS. If you catch it, it can ruin your entire photo shoot. Before I go into the details of what MTS is and how I caught it, as part of our Australia-New Zealand trip, we decided to visit Kangaroo Island. Kangaroo Island has a unique set of species of animals all in one place. Kangaroos, koalas, wallabies, wombats, etc. Knowing that we didn't want to miss a thing, we had booked a 2-day excursion trip with a small group to go out and explore Kangaroo Island. The first day was going to be a food adventure trip, and the second day was going to be our animal expedition, or animal safari, if you will. On the first morning, we knew that this was going to be a food exploration trip. So we had a light breakfast and prepared ourselves for the day of really getting a chance to see Kangaroo Island and drive around and experience some of the food that is native to the island. Kangaroo Island oysters are phenomenal, and I don't like oysters, but they are delicious. They also have lots of wines and honey that is native to the island because of the uniqueness of the geography has kept a certain population of bees there, not found elsewhere in the world. Second day was going to be our animal safari trip. And this was the one that I was really getting excited about, but that was tomorrow. Today was about food. We got into the van, met our travel companions, there were about 10 of us in the van, and off we went. The guide said, by the way, first we're going to do the animal portion of the tour today, and tomorrow we're going to do the food portion. We've got somebody flying in tomorrow that wants to do the food, and they'll be joining us, so we've flipped the schedule. What? You've got to be kidding me. I didn't have all my camera gear, extra batteries, extra memory cards, tripod, you name it. All I had was my camera, because today was going to be the relaxed day. And as we're driving down the road, MTS set in. At that point, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know that I had it. But boy, I had become infected. MTS is the disease of the fear of missing the shot. And so as we drove down the road and I was dealing with the anxiety and the concern about, is my battery going to last? Do I have enough memory? How am I going to get these shots? I hadn't even thought about it because that was going to be the next day. MTS had a strong grip on my internal emotions. First off, I was unsettled because the trip changed format. Second, I didn't feel like I was prepared for what was going to happen that day. Third, I didn't have my gear. And fourth, I didn't want to be that guy on the tour bus that was saying, wait a minute, let me get this shot, let me take this one, just a minute. And so when the van stopped at the first animal sighting, which was a koala tree, we all hopped out, got our cameras, went click, 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 and got back in the van and drove off. And I'm not sure that we were out of the van much longer than it took to tell you the story. The reality is that I had this internal clock ticking. One, get a quick shot because you don't know how long your battery's going to last. You don't want to be that guy holding up the tour bus. And we went from location after location. Koalas, more koalas, even more koalas. There's a lot of koalas on the island, and so we stopped over and over. And one time we stopped, there was a koala on the wrong side of the fence by the road, and she was trying to get to the other side of the fence, but it provided a great opportunity for us to take photos. We had lunch, so we headed out and we started, and there they were, a bunch of kangaroos. Same story, got off the van, MTS was still in full swing, click, 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 took some pictures, got back on the van and went, well, I hope I can clean those up in post. When we got to the wallabies, they were in kind of this wooded area, and so we kind of hiked out maybe 100 or so feet out to where we could, there's a little bit of a clearing and woods. We started taking some photos as a group, and a couple people started walking off this way, and I decided to walk off that way to see if I could get a better shot. And the guide, our driver / guide, was with me, and she said, take as long as you want. We're not going anywhere. These animals are staying here. There's more to see. Take your time, set up your shot, and then we'll go. And that's when it hit me. I had been so focused on just getting a shot that I wasn't really getting the shot. And that's where MTS came into play. And I realized that I had to stop what I was doing. I wasn't framing my shots. I wasn't telling a story. I wasn't evoking any emotion other than the inside stress that I had self-created by having MTS. Shaking it off a little bit, I walked around some trees and I was able to get a better shot of a wallaby. Later on, we saw some kangaroos. Same thing. Plenty of time. Took my time. I wasn't the last person back on the van, but I wasn't the first either. And the rest of the afternoon was far more enjoyable. So the lesson here that I want you to understand is that MTS is a real thing. It can hit you as a photographer. And sometimes there's real things driving. You've got to get this shot right now or it won't be there. But many of the times you have more control over that. Take time to slow down. Take time to realize you're there to take a shot that you want, not just take a photo. Have you ever had MTS? Have you ever been in that state where you felt like you had to go boom, 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 right? What were the circumstances? What was going on? Leave some comments below and share your experiences with your version of MTS. Tell us what happened. Tell us how you overcame it, and maybe some lessons you learned from it. And that's the real essence of what field study is about. We want to share real-world stories about learning about photography, going out into the world, taking photos, experiencing different things, but more importantly, sharing those stories, the good and the bad, right? So that you and others can learn from it. Thank you for joining us. I'm Peter Kreger, and this is Field Study.